Hi YouTube. I thought I'd come at you with a wow. So this will be, I guess, my current favorites. That's what I'm gonna call it because we're in the mid-month. Um, it's kind of a little late to be doing in September, too early to be doing an October favorites. Anyways, so these are my current beauty favorites. So first off, I'm a huge fan of highlighter. I don't know, my lighting's not the best. You can't really probably tell about the glow, but I love to layer my highlights. I do liquid cream and powder like all together in one go kind of thing. So kind of my favorite highlights of the moment that I've been using, and I usually use these all together, keep in mind, or I'll do like 3 together at a time, is first the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel Fluid Illuminizer, which is amazing. I sometimes, if I want like an all over glow, will mix a little bit of this with my foundation, just so I can get some luminousness to it with like some of my matte. I'll mix it on areas on my face that I want glowing, so I'll put that on after my primer and before foundation. That makes sense. So those like areas, I'll usually, if I'm not mixing it with my foundation, put it on my cheeks, like my high points, and above the brow, lip, and just like general areas that I want to look warm. And then, and you can kind of see it just adds like a luminous, like a nature to your skin. So because it's liquid, I don't like putting it on over my foundation because I don't want to rub my foundation off. So I usually put it on underneath, and then I do a light layer over those areas, and so you can still see a little bit of a glow. Then after that, I'll usually use a cream highlight, and lately I've been loving the new Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Poured, in Rose Gold. It's really, I've been using it a lot. I've hit pan. So you can see it's pretty pink. Does that make sense? So I'll usually dab it with my fingers over my cheeks, Cupid's bow area, and by my brows, because I don't like using powder highlight when I do my eyeshadows. I usually will just use leftover highlighter like this and then blend, so that way I don't have to go back. And so yeah, I like that. So I'll put that on over the foundation. And then what I usually do after that is top it with a powder highlight. And lately, the two that I've really been reaching for the most have been Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick Compact in Sunset Pink, which is one of the newer ones. And then MAC Mineral Skin Finish in Cheeky Bronze. And these are both kind of like pinky highlights. If you can't tell, I'm kind of into that pinky glow right now. I go through phases. I went through like a really golden phase, bronzy phase. Now I'm in like a pinky phase. So I've been obsessed with finding like the perfect pinky copper type of highlight, if that exists. So I'll watch, and this is what the shimmer brick looks like. So I usually swirl it all together, and so you kind of see it's like that's right here, very pinky. And then I'll swatch the Cheeky Bronze for you. I have it all in my lap. This is what the Cheeky Bronze looks like. And I'm gonna put that there. So very pink. None of these are like super like that. I'm looking more of like a copper pink. None of these are that, but I feel like when I layer them together with my blush, it kind of comes and makes that type of color happen on my cheeks. If I were to find like a perfect coppery pink highlight, then I'd be done. I wouldn't need all this, but I also like to glow to the gods. So another thing I've been really loving has been the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, Charlotte Couture, the World Traveler palette. I'm not much of a palette kind of gal. I usually buy single eyeshadows because I find that palettes they're not the best for women of color because usually half the palette is just too light to really use. And this has some pretty light colors, but the colors that they do have that I like I just like a lot, and so it was worth it to me. I just always go to Sephora and I'd see it and I'd swatch it a million times and I'd get it, and then one day I was just like, I need to get it. So this is what the palette looks like. I'm sure you've seen it a lot on YouTube already. So that's that. And so my favorite colors, if you can't tell, it's I've used it, are Fudge and Morocco. I love that. I like Heirloom too a little bit. And the black is actually really good, matte black. I haven't used the blue yet. I used this Intense Gaze, I think, once I was doing like a halo eye. It's pretty good. Spoiled is good as a highlight. Soft Peach. I mean, I can use any of these as highlights. These are really shimmery. I haven't really dabbled into this area yet. But I've used these three as highlighters, and they're not too different, sorry, on my skin tone. They kind of all look, I don't know, when you're dark, some of these colors pulse. I mean, these two will pull similar. My favorite. I use that in my crease a lot. As you can see, very rich color. Let's see, what else have I been loving lately? I just got back into MAC's Fix Plus. I usually just use like setting spray, like the Urban Decay, which I love, All Nighter, stuff like that. But I like using this and then my setting spray, because when I use this first, it kind of makes all the powders that I put on my face just like kind of, you know, it diffuses it a little bit so it's not so powdery, and then I go on with my setting spray to freeze everything in place. So I find that the combo works really well to make everything look really natural and dewy. When I was just using the setting spray by itself, it would still kind of do that, but it does it a little bit better with MAC's Fix Plus, I think. I mean, I definitely think this isn't something that you need if you're using both. It's probably mostly in my head, and people probably don't really see the difference, but I see it. So I've been really loving this. I just recently got back into it, so you can see, but I've been using it a lot. Like, this is a newer bottle and I'm already this far down. For concealer, my current concealer combination that I've been really loving, and today I have not been sleeping that much, so the bags, there's nothing we can do about them. I think they're beyond saving. But I currently like using the NARS Creamy Concealer mixed with the Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and I get in the medium. So this I have in a mod. I like using this first. It's creamy and it really covers up stuff. And then I'll take this and I'll kind of dab it a little bit, like in the parts that look a little bit darker, and then it really brightens my under eye, these two together. This by itself is too light and doesn't cover anything, but together it's like the perfect brightening situation. And then after this, I usually set it with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I was using it's a Cover FX one, or yeah, Cover FX one, in a brown shade, which I really like, but I think this works a little bit better than that one. That one, I felt like it didn't, like this one really sets my concealer, like probably better than anything else. The other one was just more of a browner shade. It wasn't as white. Even though this is translucent, I still feel like if you use too much of this, it's gonna, on dark skin, it's gonna look a little, cray on if you overload it on dark skin. I think personally, on myself, I feel like I can't like bake for a very long time. Go back to cheeks. What I've been loving is this ColourPop Super Shock blush. I think it's probably considered a bronzer, but I use it as a blush. And this is the color, it's in Swift. And I really like it on my cheeks for like a natural, if I'm going for something really natural. I don't know if you can see that there. But yeah, I don't know, it's a really natural color. It looks great. These don't last forever on the cheek. Like, I think you have to go over them with a powder blush if you want it to really last all day. So that's the only downside. I love the color of this. I think it looks great. Just the staying power is not really there. For the past month though, I've been really into neutral lips, and so I've been wearing like a combo of pretty much like these lippies with, where is it? I have a Kiko Cosmetics like lip liner, precision lip liner. This is in 314, it's a brown. It's a really dark brown. I don't know, like I'm putting lines everywhere, so you see it right here. For dark lips, and so I usually will line with this, or like I have some other brown liners that are slightly lighter than this, or more mauvey than this. So I'll usually use this, and then I've been using the ColourPop matte lip in, what is this one, Tulle. So I really like this. This is a darker mauvey. It looks a lot darker than what's in the tube here. So I'll do this, and then I'll go over it with this Touch of Spice. Who's this by? Maybelline matte lipstick. So I'll usually use these in combo together, or I'll use that with the Sephora, or I'll use this lipstick with Sephora cream lip stain, and this one is in 13. It's a Marvelous Mauve or something like that. So basically I've been into really like mauvey neutrals, and it actually looks really good on dark skin with the dark lip liner. Just fill the lip in with that, and then I either top it with this, or these two together, or these two together, like, or sometimes I'll put this on, and then I'll put this more in the middle, like the mauve more in the middle, and this on the outside. I don't know. I do all types of combos with these lip stains and lipstick, and they come out really well. Like, I really, really like the way they look. And it's kind of like a My Lips But Better type of situation. So it's very like date proof, and it doesn't budge. So I love it. And what else is in here? So two randos. For a primer, I've been really into this is so messy because I use it every time I do my makeup, but it's the Makeup Forever Step 1 primer, really, really good. I feel like you have to be careful with what moisturizer you use this with, because I have an Origins, like the orange, it's in the orange container, it's like the Orange Zing one or something. That does not work with this, it just like pills up. But when I use like my Josie Maran moisturizer, this goes on smooth. You just kind of have to like spread it out and tap it kind of motions. You can't just like rub it in because they'll tend to pill up. But so I feel like sometimes you just have to watch with what moisturizer you do you use this with. But I find that my makeup lasts really well with this. It goes on really well with this. I don't really get any patchy. It really is good. This is a travel size. I got a small size, so I wanted to try it out, and I definitely will probably purchase a bigger one. I definitely want to try the hydrating one, see if that's good. That way I'm gonna have maybe like a winter version, summer version of Makeup Forever primers. And then I think this is the last thing. Yeah. The last thing I have is, and it's all gunky, Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Hi, I'm back. My ooh, you can see my lighting. So my battery died, so I had to rush and charge it. But lastly, I was just gonna say the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara I think is excellent. It makes my lashes look like I'm wearing falsies. I usually layer this with like maybe Benefits de Real or something to separate, but sometimes I don't even do that. I just do a lot of coats of this mascara, and it works wonders. This I have a full size as well that I haven't opened yet. This I got in one of those like mascara, Sephora does those like mascara favorites or whatever, where it's like a kit of mascaras. I got this in one of those like last year, and I hadn't used it, and I just decided to use it one day and just fell in love. So it's kind of, it's pretty much dried out. I should start using my other one, but the bristles are just great. It lengthens, it separates, it volumizes, it's beautiful. And then lastly, like random favorite, well, one random favorite, it's candles from like TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I just got this one recently. I haven't burned it yet, but it just smells so good. I almost don't want to use it because I love it so much, but it's $7.99. And it's in the flavor Cinnamon Syrah. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.